take a look at a new way to run everything going forward. I've been playing around with Microsoft Teams, trying to figure it all out, and I have some ideas as to how to maybe make this all go smoother. I know we've had a lot of trouble, so you can see I'm trying to get everything fixed, make it clear, make it so you understand everything. Let's start for April 13th. So let's start by reviewing Microsoft Teams, and I'm just going to go through some of this, try to do it quickly. So hopefully everybody understands and we're all on the same page. So first off, let's talk about posting. And I'm going to use my period 4. This is video editing. If you're in film, it's going to be the same stuff. So just, pay attention. Posting in the threads. So you can see here in Teams, right, that in the general, that's where you guys have all been posting this stuff. And that's where I'd be putting attendance, right? Make sure you do this every day. I'm going to have it up and just come in and make sure you click it and I know you're here. But anyway, the problem is we get stuff like this. And I know Kat's just trying to turn in her work right here, which is great, but I don't want messages like this in the general thread because it pushes all the stuff up that people might need to read, okay? So, and that's how people miss things like attendance. So what you need to do, right now we're gonna turn stuff in on focus. That might change. We might do it in the class notebook and we'll get into that more, but right now, focus, 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 focus. That's where I want things turned in. If you need to talk to me about a grade or something along those lines, email me. It's not hard, right? Hamill, HAMILLJ @pcsb.org. If you email me or message me in Focus, then what I will do is I will open up an individual private tab for you into Teams where we can have a meeting on the phone, or I can write you individually, stuff like that. And we can reply like an instant message back and forth. You can see these little locks here. That means I've set up private tabs for people that I want to talk to individually, right? And right now, all of these are about just fixing Premiere because I know we've had some trouble with that. I'll get into that in a minute. But anything about a grade, don't post it in here in the general tab. I'm just going to delete it, okay? Because it's between me and you, and we don't need to have the entire class reading it. That being said, I'm trying to keep the general tab clean because I do want you to read everything here. If someone asks a question about a project, right, rather than ask the same question, you can read other people's answers and replies and contribute, right? And that'll make it so that we're not answering the same thing over and over and pushing everything up. So one more thing about pushing everything up. Let's say that you have a question about setting up this project. Hit reply and go in here and ask your question. Don't start a new tab like this, okay? So Molly here said here, like she's here on April 9th. Okay, where she should put that is on the attendance right here, okay? Hit reply and say here. All right, that's what I need you guys to do. All right, so next, we have using the class notebook, private conversations about grades, email me. So using the class notebook. All right, this is the class notebook, right? Hopefully it'll work for you. You just go up to class notebook. And I'm in the process of setting it up, so you might get something weird like this. Don't worry about it. Just hit the tab, content library. If you go to content library, this is where I'm gonna post every single day that we have class, what we need to do. So you can go in and review, okay? You can go in and review here. It's easy. I'm gonna put a reminder in the post to go over here to do this, but this is where I want you to go look at what we're doing. We might end up, you can see you all have tabs here. We might end up turning in stuff on these. I'm not sure yet, I'm still learning. But for right now, I definitely want you to get in the habit of going to content library, lesson objectives, film and video editing, and then you'll see, right? Here's everything we're doing for April 13th. All right, let's move on. I'm gonna go back to post. Let me pull this back up. All right, so downloading a video editing program. I know we've had a lot of issues with this. So I've kind of made a list of things that I think will work for you. Get any which one that you want. I've put the one that I want you to use the most at the top, and it's a list down, okay? It's a list down. So let's start with the one I wish you all could get, Adobe Premiere. You're used to it. That's what we use in class. It's professional. It's something that you're going to be using if you do this after high school. So Adobe Premiere. I've gone over in previous videos how to get it. Get it if you haven't yet, and you can. Okay, Adobe Premiere Rush. This is their mobile version. You can get it on your phone. I played with it a little bit. It's pretty nice. It's pretty easy. Just follow the tutorial when you open it up and it shows you how to do everything. I've noticed though, unfortunately, that some Android phones it doesn't support. So it supports some Android phones. If you have a tablet, try it on a tablet. If you have an iPad or an iPhone, it should definitely work. Android, it's hit or miss. Some of the older Android phones, it does not work. But on newer Android phones, it definitely does work. So try it to get it. You can see I put links to this stuff right here. Next, Adobe Spark. This is browser-based. So it should definitely work for everyone. Give it a shot. Again, guys, I haven't used most of these because I teach Adobe Premiere, and Premiere is the best one on this list. So some of this, you're gonna have to just trial and error, play around with it. If your first project is not the most beautiful thing, I'm gonna understand. I'm just trying to get everybody to have some sort of software because who knows? Hopefully we'll be back in school on May 1st, but we might not be. We might be doing this until the end of the year. I don't know. So please, you got to get something, okay? So play around with Spark. It lets you make web pages too in graphic design. Again, I haven't really messed with it, but I know it does it's very basic video editing, so give that a shot. If that doesn't work, search your computer. If you have a school computer, I don't know what's on it. It might have Windows Movie Maker. Search for it. See if it's on your computer. If it's on your computer, use it. Again, I've never used it. I don't know what it can do and can't do, but it's better than nothing. Last but not least, I know that every Windows computer, including the ones from school, have a Photos app on it. And this is just so you can look at photos, right? It's just whatever, basically, if you double click a photo, it will open in this Photos app. I've linked an article here to show you how to edit video in that Photos app. Now look, this is very bare bones basic. It is not good, but it is better than nothing. So if you've gone down this entire list and you're like, I don't have any other option, well, read this article and see if you can get it working this way. You absolutely should be able to on the school computers. Okay, let's move on and talk about our projects. All right, so I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm trying to get us something, right, that is relevant to the situation that we're all going through. I know not everybody can get Premiere. Back when I originally thought this was going to be a 2-week or 2 or 3-week problem or situation that we were in, I was like, okay, we'll just start on another tutorial project, and hopefully we'll have it done. So then when we get back to school, we can go back to making films, and we don't have to go and do this tutorial project when we get back to school. Here's the problem. First off, they extended it from the 15th to the 30th, and they might extend it again. I don't know. So I think that we should use this situation to make something creative that talks about this experience, right? And who knows, maybe we can take some of the stuff that you guys are making and use it on our, Gibbs social media. I'm interested because we can make some really cool, photo montages, videos, combine some of this stuff, make some digital media that really, really is artistic and creative. So that being said, let's scrap the India photos, okay? I know you downloaded them, but let's face it, they're not our photos. They're just some tutorial. They don't really matter. So if you have them, scrap them. We don't need them. If you have the project set up in Premiere, that's totally fine. Just scrap the photos. We're gonna use our own photos, okay? So let's talk about that for a second. Let's do a quarantine experience, all right? So we're all stuck here. Some of us might love it. Some of us might hate it. I think most likely there's stuff that we love, stuff that we don't like. I mean, I can tell you for me, I love not getting up at 4:45 in the morning. I love not being in class at 7 a.m. I hate not being able to go anywhere, do anything, see any of my friends, right? You're not allowed to really touch many people. You guys know the drill. There's tons of stuff that's good and bad. Why don't we think about how to communicate those ideas visually, right? So what I want you to spend basically this week doing, get 20 to 30 photos and or videos that communicate different aspects of this experience that we're all going through, right? Now, that could be anything from an empty street, right? Or let's say, sleeping in the morning. I'm going to let you come up with a way to communicate this stuff. And we'll see some of the ideas and we'll talk about them. We'll edit these, we'll narrow down the good ideas and the bad ideas, but let's make this about something that you guys are making rather than just doing tutorials, right? Because that's boring. I mean, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a video photo montage, but let's do it with our own materials rather than just something we've downloaded from Geometrics. So that's what I need you to do. Now you might say, oh, I don't have a camera. Okay, we all have cell phones. So I'm not going to be picky about the quality of any of this stuff. Just use your cell phone. If you do not have a camera, take photos with your cell phone, take short videos with your cell phone. You can do selfies, you can talk into the camera, family members, whatever it is that you want to do, portraits of people, portraits of the absence of people, whatever you come up with. Let's see what ideas you have. Come up with 20 to 30 examples. All right. For today, for April 13th, just post 2 into Focus. I'll make an assignment. Just post 2. Our next class is going to be on what day? So on Wednesday, on Wednesday. Or if you're a B-Day student, it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. So I'll just make it due Thursday. I'll make it due. I'll make it due by the end of the day Tuesday. So that's the 14th. No, that's not going to work either. Well, look in Focus. You'll see when it's due in Focus. It's going to be different for A and B day students. The reason being is because on our next class, which is later at the end of the week, I want to show examples of stuff that you guys have put up. So just 2. We're going to need 20 to 30, but just put up 2 of your favorites so far, and let's talk about some of these examples next class, okay? Start thinking about music, right? YouTube Audio Library. Everyone knows how to get to it. Just go to Google, type in YouTube Audio Library, and start thinking about copyright-free music that might go along with some of these images. You can use more than one track if you want. That might probably be the best. You don't need to make this decision yet, but I do want you to start thinking about it. So that's all I want you to do. Make sure you have some sort of software that works. Give me 2 examples of your quarantine experience, photos and or videos. Know that we're going to be taking 20 to 30. So anytime you have an opportunity to see something, you see something cool, you're like, oh my God, this would work for this project. Snap it, take it, shoot it. If you have any questions, remember, questions that pertain to the project are going to go here. And you're going to see here when I'm done with this video, I'm going to post the video. So you would reply to that video with the question. Anything that's personal, email me and I will set up something like this where we can talk individually. All right, guys, I hope you're doing really well. I'm excited about this project. I think this is a good way to go. So post those photos and I'll talk to you next time.